And welcome to Columbus Square Bowling Palace. We are here in Ohio, and if you yell out the letters OH, what happens?
I-O.
Everybody here yells it out. It is event number 7 of the PBA season, and this might have been one of the best events we have seen Kyle Sherman show up. Of course, my cohort here, Kyle Sherman, 10th place finish. So we already know everybody outside the top 5. 10th place finish, great week.
Yeah, we saw it well this week. Saw the pitcher, was able to make some good shots. We were close, and it was just good to be in contention again.
Okay, so you had said that this pattern may be challenging in the sense that you had to perform every ball.
Yeah, there was a lot of the difficulty with the higher scoring is you feel like you can't have a bad game. Yeah. So there's a lot of pressure to shoot high games, and because one bad game can really take you out of it.
Well, the one thing that you had going for you is you knew you were going to make the show, no matter if it was bowling or if it was in front of the camera. So congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a good run.
Okay, now let's talk about the 5 that are on this show. And when we start with number 5, you've got to talk about E.J. Tackett and what he had to do to make the show. His last 2 games on Bowl TV, they were saying he had to bowl 300. Well, he almost did.
Yeah, he basically did, and not just one, back-to-back, 280, 289 to get into the show. And EJ, he just has this mode that he can get into, and he does it every week because that man just finds a way to get on TV.
And you see Chris Vi, he'll be making his 2nd appearance this year, as will Spencer O'Bars. Packy Hanrahan, now this is his first show of the season, and Ryan Barnes back on the show, and as the number 1 seed, Ryan Barnes trying to make sure that he could get a title. It will be his first title if he is able to win. And really, I think a lot of this season has been redemption. We have seen Anthony Simonson get beat and then come back the next week and win. Boog Kroll got beat, came back the next week and got the win. Well, we've got 2 in that same situation with Ryan Barnes and E.J. Tackett. So E.J. Tackett got beat last week by a pin.
Yeah, I mean, EJ, it seems like every week we're talking about redemption with him. I mean, 5 of 7 shows he's made. I mean, he's just the best bowler in the world, hasn't been able to get it done. And Ryan, extremely impressive to lead this field. Remember, he led a couple events ago, fell to 4th at the last time we saw him on TV. So he learned a lot to stay in that lead, only has to bowl 1 game for the title. I mean, I think he's ready.
Let's go back 7 days. Now, the Masters was the last event. It was a major, and we talked a lot about Boog Kroll and coming off of what was the lowest score in a final to the next week, winning a major.
Yeah, one way to get people to forget about your 130 on TV, come back and beat the best bowler in the world for a major title. Unbelievable for Boog. So happy for that guy.
So Boog is celebrating. He still has the Masters trophy. The one thing about E.J. Tackett that I wanted to bring up, and we've talked to E.J. about this, he's one of the fastest bowlers in the league. And
Yep.
So he goes out, and once he steps on the lane, he's ready to bowl. Something that was a little different in that match was right before the 10th frame, when he knew he had to have 2 strikes, somebody talked in the crowd. And he put the ball back in the rack and sat, kind of got himself refocused, grabbed the ball, went through a strike. Now, uncharacteristic, he called a timeout. And he has told us he doesn't like to get in his own head and think about things, but he called a timeout. Was that a mistake?
Yeah, looking back on it, you can see it as a mistake. A lot of times bowlers want to regroup, but EJ does his best when he's just, I think he said he has paralysis by analysis. He wants to just go, and he decided not to there. And, he's probably looking back now at that decision and thinking, man, I wish I would have done things differently. And I think there's a couple moments this year where the decision-making that EJ's had hasn't gone his way, but that's what bowling on the PBA Tour is. It's about decisions and execution. Sometimes they go their way, sometimes they don't.
EJ has also said it's a numbers game. Well, numbers are in his favor right now. This is his 5th of the 7 shows this season that he is a part of the TV show, which is a very big deal, which means he has another shot at winning a title today. We're going to have more of this pregame show presented by AMF after this. seed.
Boog has one of the most powerful strike balls on tour.
A little deep in the pocket.
Coming up light there.
And straight on the head pin there.
You're telling me.
3-6-10. Oh, he leaves the 6-10. That silenced the crowd. They don't know how to respond.
As a bowler, this is when you feel handcuffed.
Another split.
Just gift wrapping it.
Got a little lost today, but he is on the right track. Finished 6th last week in Decatur, 2nd this week, going into the Masters.
The Masters trophy is on the line. Last week, Boog Kroll, all of a sudden the wheels came off. He had mentioned he wanted redemption. In his first match, defeats Matt Sanders. If we see a strike here, it'll be followed by a huge smile from Boog Kroll. He gets it! Takes out Jesper Svensson. And a strike there does it. Boog Kroll is on to the title match. Big strike. Boog Kroll. So now E.J. Tackett knows exactly what he has to do. A strike here, and E.J. Tackett will win the Masters. The 10-pin stays up. Boog Kroll is the 2026 Masters champion.
You had me worried there for a second. I guess I'll pay it. You're paying it. You're the one that gave me the idea.
Damn. My mom's got to pay this, though. That's not me. I didn't do anything. Bro, I got fined because my mom overcooked her cookies. That's crazy, bro.
Normal. Just another day at the office. He just decided to come back for a day.
What are we doing now? A fine slip. Being overly courteous to others and speaking your mind. Thanks. April Fool's it is.
That's awesome. What do I pay $1 to?
Oh, what's load management? What is it? Oh, $76. Very funny. Very funny. Kick me while I'm down.
Boisterous behavior. Please demonstrate civility. I think you have the wrong guy. That's impossible.
See, I'm getting fined for being a Dude fan. The amount is $73.72 because they lost by 1 point. This hurts my heart.
This is like, what is it, PTSD or something? My man's had a loss of words. Yeah.
I'm getting it. So I got a haircut.
To get the gray hairs out.
Jason Belmonte's episode of Born to Bowl airs on Monday at 9 p.m. on HBO. You can also find the 5-part documentary series streaming on HBO Max.
I really don't think about my own bowling when I'm here. I'm really engaged in what the family's doing.
What do you want, some mango?
I'm gone for 6-7 months of the year, and so the months that I have here at home, I want to be really present.
I have to cut it, otherwise how are we going to get into it?
So my life when Jace is gone, I guess it can become a little bit lonely at times, but I definitely think it's harder for him.
You're really hacking into that.
I am. Well, the best way that I can describe leaving is I absolutely hate it. But before leaving, I'm very excited about going and competing.
All right, let's talk particulars about the Ohio Classic. 120 bowlers started out on Tuesday, of which you were one, and scores were huge, but we did whittle it down from 120 to the 5 we've got now. How did we do that?
Yeah, we started with 120. We bowled 24 games of qualifying where we cut to the top 40. Then it's elimination. We bowled 6 more. From there, we cut that 40 down to 16, where they bowled 6 more games, so 36 games total to get to these final 5 that we're going to see today.
And you say they.
They, us, we them.
Bowled those games. So yeah, it was a great week for you, and we really enjoyed it. Let's meet the 5 though. Let's start off and let's break down number 5, E.J. Tackett, the #1 bowler in the world. So how does he go about getting his first win in 2026?
Yeah, I crossed with EJ in the first elimination round. Didn't have a great round, but man, like he always does, he rallies, and at the very end, shoots 5 69. Needs to be pretty much perfect to get to the show, and in EJ fashion, he does it.
Yeah, he was just barely in front of Graham Faw and had to bowl a 289 and a 280 just to make the show. Okay, so with EJ Tackett in this situation, EJ is still looking for a win this year, but this is his 5th show already. He's got to run the ladder, though. Is this the show that he actually is able to do it?
You know, he's got some brutal competition ahead of him, and I expect the scores to be high. And when they're high like that, it's tough to consistently shoot a high game over and over and over again. So, you know, obviously hasn't been able to get it done. And in this show today, he has some bona fide killers to try to get through. So it's going to be a tough road for him.
The first match that he'll go up against is number 4, Chris Vi. The Ohio native is standing by with Taryn Hatcher.
All right, Chris, hometown boy, kind of. You live here now, not originally from here. What has it been like for you this week to be able to enjoy the home cooking, not have to look for an Airbnb, just kind of relax back at your most familiar confines?
Yeah, it was really odd at first, just knowing that I was going to be at home, and I was a little concerned about if I was going to kind of be able to get into that competitive mindset. You know, just being at home, it feels like you know, you were going to go practice or whatever it may be. So to turn on like the competitive mindset to come out and compete against the best in the world, I was a little leery of, but it's been really, really nice. And, you know, we've been on the road for quite some time now. So to be able to get some rest at home and, like you said, some nice home cooked meals, it's been great.
Well, I was going to say, second most important question, will your mom be here? Will she have cookies, especially enough cookies for the production group?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like she's not allowed inside of Bowling Center without cookies. So
she set the standard too high.
Yeah, and she knows that. So she's proudly represents it, and she'll make sure that everyone eats well.
You mentioned trying to make sure you got in the right mindset this week, even though you're in a place that's comfortable. What has your mindset been like mentally? What has this week been like for you?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It was a little stressful at the beginning of the week. You know, obviously some of the guys reaching out and, hey, you know, where do we need to stay? Or, hey, it's been a month since I've had a haircut. Where should I go? Or whatever it may be. And but, you know, once I kind of got settled in, I was able to just, you know, get back to bowling. Obviously, I know a lot of people here, and I've had a lot of people come watch me this week. So, yeah, it's been nice.
How many of those texts came from Packy specifically?
Yeah, quite a few. We had some back and forth about some questionable Airbnb locations that he was looking at. So we made sure he was safe, but we may charge a fee here at the end of the week. We'll see how it goes.
I say tour between tour guide Chris and Mom's Cookies, you got to start charging the guys.
I hear you. I like that idea.
Well, thank you very much and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know a lot of people were hanging out at his pro shops this week, obviously making the show very big for Chris Vi. At number 3, we have Spencer Robards. Now, this is a rarity. Spencer Robards, a rookie, but this is his 3rd show, and it's the first that's not a major. So is there less pressure when you're not on a major show, or will it be the same amount of pressure?
No, I think it's going to be the same for Spence. You know, the 2nd show of the year for him, and, you know, you talk about redemption. This is another redemption story. Spencer didn't have a great performance the last time, losing to Bonta at the Players. Today, going to be looking to redeem himself, and this is Spencer is a guy, I've known Spencer for a really long time, throws it hard, such a powerful strike ball. This was about high scores this week. Spencer matched up well. I mean, he is going to be a problem today.
There's a competition within the competition, and that is between number 5, EJ Tackett, and number 3, Spencer Robards, and it's Dr. Pepper consumption. Spencer claims that he drinks more Dr. Pepper than EJ Tackett does. Is there a competition here that we need to be aware of?
We might have to monitor this. I mean, that would be impressive. I cross with EJ, and he literally has a Dr. Pepper at all times. Dude, I even drank a little Dr. Pepper at lunch the other day, just hoping that I could strike as much as EJ.
A lot of strikes out there, and obviously Spencer, it's working. If he was drinking more Dr. Pepper than EJ because he thought he could strike more, it has worked so far. Let's hear from number 2, Packy Hanrahan, in his 1st show of the year, is with Taryn.
All right, Packy, 1st show of the year for you. How are you feeling coming into this one?
Oh, super excited. A bunch of my friends on the show, too, which will be a blast. Bowling on TV is always the most fun part of the tournament. I feel like it's a win just to get here, and then hopefully you get the secondary win on TV.
You mentioned a whole bunch of your friends in this show as well. What kind of added layer is that to everything that you get to compete against your buddies, which I'm sure is a little bit of a different dynamic?
Yeah, I think it's more fun. I'd rather see, other guys that I know and I like hanging out with have success as well. So for me, it's just a blast bowling against my friends on TV.
Anybody you'd really like to beat in particular?
Nah, all of them.
It's a great answer. I was talking to Tom Clark earlier, and he mentioned to me when Packy gets out there, it's like this different animal. He loves to play into the crowd loves to play into him. How much does that feed you when you're competing in a show?
For me, it's all about the fun. If I can have a little fun back and forth with the fans, get them into it, it helps me get a little more into it, and actually helps me kind of relax the environment and make it, a little less daunting and a little less serious.
Well, and what's more fun than winning it all? Hopefully you can do that tomorrow. Packy, thank you for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, we've heard from 5th through 2nd, and now we've got the number 1 seed, Ryan Barnes. And Ryan, this is actually, I'm going to say it's another event where you have dominated throughout the week. This time you held on to that domination and the number 1 spot. I think ultimately, you ended up having over 100 pins more than second as far as the rankings go. So how does it feel? That confidence has to be continuing for today's event.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. Obviously, to lead a tournament by that much, it's not very easy to do, especially when there's high scoring pace. Big confidence boost.
All right. What was the hardest part about the high scoring? I mean, do you feel the pressure that you have to throw a strike every time?
I actually didn't really feel the pressure. I know my ball strikes quite a bit, so I just had to stick to my process, stay kind of in the right zone with the right ball, and hopefully throw some good ones.
That just hurt Kyle's feelings.
I know,
when you
his
said
ball
that.
does strike so
Kyle.
much.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
No.
Great this week.
Ryan, Indiana Classic. I don't want to bring up bad
Yeah,
memories,
of course.
okay? But you were leading the last game, another event where you kind of, dominated. You were up there the whole time, but dropped to 4th at the end. Did you take anything from that event when you were leading this event, like any type of mental space or anything you learned from that event?
Yeah, really just how I attacked that moment and that pressure of qualifying and leading down. I've actually never led a tournament before that week, I think.
Yeah.
So it was literally my first time ever leading for more than a block.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a different feeling, and just figuring out how I got to do in the situations and gathering better information this week.
Mm-hmm.
How about the time you and Ethan Fiore were in the title match? Did you learn something from that now to bring to this? Because it is going to be, for you, one game. You've got one game that you have to win a title.
For sure, learned a lot. I think some of my really big misses showed up during that, and then I've worked really hard on fixing that recently and covering that up on pressure situations. So.
What did you do to fix it?
It's a little physical thing. I dive at a little. I think I've talked to Kyle about it a little bit. Just working on staying taller through my first couple steps and throwing a good shot.
Now, Ryan, obviously we talked about it a little bit, but to keep this scoring pace, I mean, guys were literally breaking records like Frankie and still weren't catching you.
Yeah.
Okay? So to stay locked in, average basically 254 for the entire time. Like, how are you doing that mentally?
Oh, man. I think I was just having fun with it. I actually had a great cross this week with Stu Williams, and, I'm not afraid of a strike fest. I strike quite a bit, so, just sticking to my game.
So is it high scores, you're comfortable in that environment?
I'm pretty comfortable in throwing a 7-bagger game.
Yeah,
So.
you're pretty good at it, too.
This week, for sure.
Yeah.
So is there something in between pairs? So when you go from pair to pair, is there something that you do? Do you grab a drink of water, or is it, nutrition, or something that you do that is consistent and you felt like everything was clicking this week?
Nothing crazy consistent. I would go grab a water or a Nutri-Grain bar from the paddock every once in a while, but I made sure I did a good job of watching who I was following each game and really paying attention to how far left they were and getting on the left side of it. The few games I did struggle, I didn't get to the left side of it, and the reps actually did a great job this week. They did a new ball sheet, and it helped me a lot.
Okay, so we're in the state of Ohio. Your dad has actually won in the state of Ohio twice before. Has he talked to you at all about any of that?
Yeah, so we actually drive by, I guess, the old center where he won at a couple times, and he's made sure to tell me every time. That
Did he point it out?
Oh, yeah. What a guy.
Now, you've said you follow in his footsteps. Obviously, you got to be proud. Your dad's a Hall of Famer. Is that a goal for you to maybe win more titles than your dad, or?
I mean, I would be lying if I said that wasn't a goal, but
Okay.
we got to start with number 1.
That's right, and could happen today.
Could.
Okay.
Pretty good position to do it, the 1
Yep.
seed. Only have to win 1 game.
Yeah, let's one game.
It's that easy, right?
It's that easy, right? Yeah.
Nothing is easy.
Nothing's that easy.
No.
Easy.
No.
Okay,
I say
what about this season with Bonta, Robarge? You guys, actually, this is almost a Wichita State tournament. 3 of the 5 are from Wichita State. Has that kind of maybe made it a little more comfortable for you this year, having a lot of maybe your old college guys that were a part of your team being around more?
Yeah, it's certainly beneficial to know that you bowl alongside those guys and they bowl well and you can bowl well alongside them. It's really cool to be able to bowl, that I bowl with some of these guys, and we've grown together, and now we're on the PBA tour chasing our dreams, so it's really cool.
Okay, what about the 5? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, the 5's great. I don't think there's anybody that has a more relaxed group in between sessions. We're laughing, we're having fun, and it's a big deal to be out here for 7 straight weeks. It's stressful, and it's not that stressful at our house, I can tell you that.
Okay, who keeps Eric Jones in check? As far as, like, he came up with some names for the 5 that we've not been able to,
Yeah, we can't say them.
Not allowed to
say 'em.
discuss.
But who keeps him in check when you guys are away from the lanes?
Oh man, it's a group effort for sure.
Okay.
But you know, we all balance each other out. It really is a fun group. CJ kind of picks on Eric. TJ picks on. Yeah, it goes round and round. You know, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's lighthearted to the point where.
Oh, for sure.
Do you guys talk about bowling when you're away from the lanes?
Yeah. There's definitely some serious talks too about
Okay.
like certain things. But yeah.
And is that helping you?
Yeah, I think so.
Have a group of guys that you all have similar goals. You all want to be the very best at what you're doing, your profession, and being able to bounce that off of other guys that have similar goals has to be good.
Yeah, I think you are who you surround yourself with, especially out here. It can be pretty easy to not bowl well week to week. So yeah.
Okay, how about your mom? Who does she cheer for now when your dad and you are in events together?
Come on, Rick.
I mean, your son always is.
We all know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
So you have a twin brother, though.
Yes, sir.
And did he have any interest in bowling, or?
Not quite. He bowls recreationally, bowls league, and bowls some local tournaments. He's a one-handed lefty. He's
Okay.
pretty good though. Yeah, he averages like 215, 220. So
Okay.
yeah.
Why did he bowl one-handed?
I mean, he rips on it pretty good one-handed. So
Okay.
yeah.
All
Seen
right.
featured in the YouTube channel a couple
Yeah,
times.
he's been on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brad's giving a plug.
Yeah.
He's been on the YouTube channel. Yeah, Brad Miller. We got Brad and Kyle. Obviously, they'll bring on all sorts of talent. And Kyle, you know, you're able to
And this was on
shine the light on.
Yeah, and this was on Ryan's YouTube
Yeah, I
channel.
have my own YouTube channel.
So
I thought you were giving us a plug.
So
No.
Ryan's a big YouTube star now.
Okay.
Yeah, and it didn't take much. Obviously, the guy leads tournaments, does all
Okay.
this, so didn't take long for him to get. I mean, he bowls in 2-2s.
Yeah.
It's quite something to see, actually.
If you could choose of the 4 guys that potentially are going to face you, who would you want to face?
I'd have to go with my guy Packy. I roomed with him for 2 years. It was a lot of fun. He's probably one of my better friends out here, I would consider him, and it would be a lot of fun to go against him because I know we would go at it a little bit.
Is there any kind of a redemption maybe with EJ? Because that was the last show you were on.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to beat EJ too. That would be fun.
To win your first title would be a big deal.
That'd be a big deal.
That would be a very big deal. All right, we're going to let you go get ready to go because it is time for the show. That is the end of our pregame show presented by AMF. It's time for the Pilgrims PBA Ohio Classic. Turn to the CW right now.